Okay, so back to where I was initially going to take you. If you don't know, I found my orchids. One of them's having issues, and I should have that video out probably around the same time as this one. So if you haven't seen it, I'll try to link it. But it distracted me from going to show you what I want to show you now. Alright, so that might look like a bunch of weeds and trash, literally almost the size of the trash can. Let me come down. Literally almost the size of the trash can, but it's not. I don't know what this is. If you know, tell me in the comments. We have all sorts of things in our yard, but this right here is cleaver. And you see how it like sticks to my hand? And this is a very beneficial plant. And we're going to harvest this and use it 2 different ways. And please, please, please speak to your doctor or your herbalist before you add anything like this to your diet. But as I was saying, it is called cleavers, aka Velcro plant, because it sticks to your socks. I'm going to try to get this as clean as possible. I've been letting this grow so I could harvest this, and yes, it's in my front yard, so it needs to get done now. And I'm going to just take off the bits that are the dirt and the root now, but you see just how easy that comes out. And I'm trying to make sure that I'm only getting the actual cleavers while I'm doing this. But you see, I mean, it just comes out super easy. You see, I don't want these dry looking things in it, so I'm pulling those out. They don't look like they have any nutrition left in them at all. Alright, I think I should have enough between this and the other batch that I got. I'd rather have a little bit more to be able to do the projects I want to do with it. And I'm going to finish cleaning this up real quick. On second thought, there's quite a few that have blooms, so I'm not going to compost it. I'm going to see if the chickens want it, and if they do, then they have a snack. If not, oh well, it'll compost into the yard. See? They stick to you. Let's hope it's all worth it. And they rake out really easy too. If you use a rock rake, you can just rake those weeds out. Super easy. Alright, I'm gonna go take these to the chickens. Okay, so this area is definitely drastically different from before. I will have to go around and weed eat all the way around and then hand pick some more weeds. Dollar weeds are the bane of this yard at the moment. And then I will go ahead and put some diatomaceous earth on those ants and probably mulch this area hopefully this next week. I have a whole nother bed over here I need to get to as well. All of that. Alright, while they enjoy that, we're going to head to the kitchen and I'm going to wash all that cleaver up. By the way, they call it cleaver because it cleaves or sticks to you. I never heard anybody say this is cleaving on me. But anyway, I'll head in there, rinse it up, and then I'll see you in a few minutes. Okay, so I decided we're doing one more project. We're going to take this excess and spread it out around here in the hangy-dangy dryer do and see if we can get some to dry so we can use it later if we choose. And I've never harvested any of this. Well, I have harvested it and I never got to it. So it dried itself, let's say. This thing has been awesome. Even where I live, where it's really hot and humid, it seems to do pretty good as long as you watch it. I did get it on Amazon, I can link it. And we'll see how these do. I'm sure these things are going to be stuck all inside this. But I'm going to spread them out as much as possible. Might take a couple of layers. And we'll zip that up. And got project number 1 done. And I'll keep checking on those every couple of days, I hope. Okay, hopefully that light's a little bit better. My kitchen has one center light and one over the sink. And that just leaves for a very dark kitchen and one window of all things. I'm going to start washing these up and looking through for things like this that is not what I'm looking for. And I'll be back when I'm done. Okay, so I got everything washed and picked through and drained. And while I did that, I got a big pot of water going for one of these projects. I'm going to try to show you. I'm noticing it feels like little cuts from having this higher up on my arm. It's not really lower. I mean, there's some here. And I've messed with this stuff my whole life. And I've never felt like this. Maybe it's for how long I've been touching it. Or how I've hugged it. Or just the fact that it's higher up here on softer skin. But just a warning, you might want to use gloves or long sleeves when you do this. So I've got water boiling. And I've got those draining. I had to go get my really big colander to get these suckers draining. And we're going to make clover vinegar. Okay, so for this, we need a clean jar, clean and rinsed clover. I'm going to just take out these brown bits. I'm still going to be picking through. And we want to chop it. Just like you would any other herb. And we only need enough to fill up a pint jar about halfway. So that should be enough. And I also know this is edible, but most people don't want to just eat it directly because of the little sticky fibers. But I was reading that if you pick the leaves very early in spring when they're nice and tender, then you can enjoy them in a salad. So we're going to take it and fill it about halfway. And I'm going to squish it down a bit and try to fit all the rest of this. Oh, can you hear my kitty? They got left outside and they're sad. Okay, now for this, you want to use organic apple cider vinegar or just raw unfiltered apple cider vinegar with the mother. I have some of this just from Walmart. It's been working just fine, and that's not going to be enough most likely, but I got this Good and Gather organic raw and unfiltered apple cider with the mother from Target when they were having a clearance, and I got that big old jug for like $2, maybe $3, but it was half off if not more. Okay, now we want to make sure the vinegar completely covers the herb. And it's okay to let the mother go in there too. That's where the good healthy bacteria is in your vinegars. Alright, let's fill this up the rest of the way. I'm going to give it a little bit extra, and about there. I don't want to go too high to the top. So this is just a plastic reusable chopstick. I don't want to use metal because vinegar and metal will not be good. And I'm just going to stir that up and push the herbs down into this. Now I'm going to put a piece of parchment because, as I was saying, metal and vinegar are not great together, and these lids are metal. And I'm using a reused lid, and I'm just going to lightly tighten it, and I'm going to label. I'm going to put what it is. Cleaver ACV, and I'm going to put the date. And I'm going to put that we want to do it for 4 weeks is how long it needs to steep. I'm going to put the ACV that's going to have all the nutrients absorbed from the cleaver back into here, and then I can use it in salad dressings or my cooking. Somebody could take a shot of it if they needed to. Things like that. Alright, let me get cleaned up and I'll show you the next one. Just a quick little note. I think I'm going to rinse out this, dry it, and then save it. That way when I pour out the ACV that's mixed with the cleaver, I can just mark this out and write what it is on here. I don't know yet, but that's an idea. You could reuse an empty vinegar jar if you would prefer not to waste one of your quart jars. Alright, so I got a pot of rolling boil going. It's only just started, and I'm going to take you over here and show you what we can do next. Okay, so you can do this in a quart jar as well, or you can just do it in your tea pitcher, which is one of many that I have. I am from the South, and we have a lot of teas. I don't typically make sweet tea, but my southern roots tell me I need to make some sort of tea. So cleaver tea it is today. And this is going to be a long brew. So I am not packing this. I am loosely turning it around in the jar or the pitcher. And I just want to fill this sucker up pretty high and continue to take out anything that is not what I want in there. And we still have that much left. I mean, this thing is huge. I don't know what I'll do with this. I may dry it, may feed it to the chickens. They seem to be enjoying that. And this does make a little bit of mess, but cleanup has been no big deal whatsoever. I just throw the little leaves in the compost bin that I have in the kitchen. Move, doggy. Alright, so you just pour your boiling water over the cleaver very carefully. I'm going to use my handy dandy trusty chopstick just to stir that around, and we're going to let this steep 4 to 6 hours. And I tell you, if it tastes like it smells, it's going to taste like grass. And to get people here who are sick to drink it, I'm going to add stevia. You can add honey, but I would wait until it's way, way, way cooler, because you don't want to kill off all the good things inside your honey, especially if you spend the extra money for local honey. And we're going to put quite a bit, because I have a feeling this is going to be pretty bitter as well. Then I'm going to stir it in now. Ooh, hear the sizzle. And like I said, this is an experiment for me. I've read a lot about it. I know tons of people do it. But check with your doctor about this, because there can be side effects for people with different health problems. And you want to make sure that you're safe anytime that you consume anything that's not in your normal diet. And it does not keep as long, but we store it in the fridge. So I'm just going to put this over here out of the way, set me a timer so I remember to check on it, and I will just strain this out, pour it back in here, and then store it in the fridge. Get everybody to try it. They can add what they need to it, like mint or honey if they eat sugar. And then hopefully that will help them get through some of that mucus problem they're having right now. And my light source looks like it's dying. So if you like this video and you want to see more like it, even with my temporary weird lighting, that looks really bright on camera for some reason right now. Please like, share, and subscribe and help me grow this channel. And let me know if there's things that you think I should try if you do from your own yard. I like free, I like medicines, I like making our own medicines, I like using natural things and helping everybody feel better. Not so pro tip, don't use your kitchen rag to wipe up this. I'm going to be picking it off mine for a very long time. Bye! Okay, so this next project started in March of this year. So this is a cleaver infusion, and I'm hoping it's still good. I'm pretty sure this is a giant mother that has formed because I infused it in apple cider vinegar. And this is where we're at. Giant mother. So I want to take you in closer where y'all can see a little bit better. And we'll make sure it's still good and get it drained and bottled up. But look, very little of anything in there. And then the mother, look at that. Look at all those layers of mother. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and try to get this out separate. I don't know if that's going to work. But we want to take care of her because all those lovely layers of the mother. I guess we're not. We're just going to pour it all, and then we'll collect all the layers of mother and save them for another project. And that was all pulled out from our yard. And And I don't even know if I listed all the medicinal uses for the cleaver. So let me go ahead and tell you. Okay, so cleaver is commonly used as an herb for treating ailments from kidney and urinary disorders, as a poultice for itching, swelling, edema, burns, etc. But you can also, which is why I made this, use it to help drain your lymphatic system. So that is what I'm making it in the vinegar for, so we can either just take a straight shot of it if we're feeling super congested, or I can put it in our food. Like I could just chuck some in some soup. For anybody who's under the weather and it won't be so potent for them. And you'll have to look up all the dosing and things like that, because this, like I said, this is my first time making this stuff, and I am not an herbalist or medical doctor, so do your own research and figure out things for yourself. Don't take my word on it, because you must know what plants you're harvesting exactly, because harvesting plants that you don't know for sure can be very dangerous. Okay, so look how thin that one mother is, and then how thick that is. I think that's crazy. So I'm gonna go rinse out my jar, and we're gonna put her back in there and seal her up so we can use her again later. And we'll be letting this drain, because we want to get all that out we can. Alright, there she is. I just put her back in the jar with wax paper and sealed her up. And I'll put her to the side. As far as I can see, it'll stay good pretty much forever. What I don't know is if I need to put liquid on her. I wish I had some fruit or something, because I could make some fruit vinegars with this. But we'll have to figure out a project to do with her later. We got to finish this one first. Alright, that seems to have been drained down pretty good. And all of this will just go to my worm bin. And I have saved the vinegar that I started with, the bottle. And I will relabel this just with a Sharpie. Because, you know, if they sell you vinegar in this lovely glass bottle, you might as well reuse it, right? And while we're at it, I might as well try it. There's a lot of people in my family that like apple cider vinegar straight. I am not that person. So I'm taking a little bit. Probably can't see, but it's got a grassy-ish color to it. So let me try it. And I have been very congested, so hopefully this helps. Cheers. Holy moly. Okay. So, first thing is, it isn't strong. Knock your socks off like apple cider vinegar. It's sweeter, not so sharp. There was a little bit of a grassy hit to begin with, but that went away quick and I could taste the apples. So I could definitely take a shot of this whenever I need, and it won't make my taste buds very mad. Or I could pour it in whatever. You can make, I don't know, salad dressings, whatever, however you use vinegar with this when you're not feeling well, or however you want to use it. Because again, I ain't your doctor. Don't listen to me. I'm trying this out just the same. But anyway, hopefully we'll have more fun learning projects about that. And if you use cleaver, let me know how you use it. I've seen people like use it dried or fresh, and making a tea out of it, and I'm interested in doing that. I need to collect more, which I may have. I need to go check my outside dryer. I could have more cleaver out there and not just remember. Dry it, can it, and then have it as a medicinal hot tea, maybe with some honey and lemon to help with congestion, etc. But yeah, let me know if you use cleaver. Let me know how you use it, what your favorite way is. Surprisingly pretty cool for just a weed, technically a weed that just grows all over your yard. So another bonus of not putting a whole bunch of harmful chemicals in your yard is that you can make things that can help your body. Thanks for spending any time with me. There's more videos if you want to check those out. YouTube will recommend you one over here that you would most likely be interested in. And anything you do, like subscribing, liking, sharing, watching another video, all the things helps our channel grow, and I appreciate you very much. Bye bye for now.